listen, I'm going to share with you how I took Audusd and secured some profits. Now, in my previous video, we talked about taking profits along the way. On this trade, I only had one position in, and I'm gonna let you know where I took profit at, why I took profit at, why I entered into the trade, and yeah, let's go from there. So around here, it was about like 6:30 a.m. Correct. So I wasn't necessarily looking at the charts, but I did notice that when I did wake up for London, I ended up taking some GU buys, but I ended up closing out a little bit later just because I saw it hit a supply zone. My original plan was for it to buy up to a supply zone, continue up to that supply zone, then look for sales. But it hit a shorter time supply zone and it started tanking like a little bit more harder after the fact. I was already in some good maybe 15 pip profit. But like I said, I closed out early, so it wasn't really that bad. But on this trade on all the USD, I was waiting for the market to come back around here, tap into this area, and then once it tanked, I'll probably sell, put my stop loss above here, and then have it come down here in this area. So um, the most important thing, guys, you just need to pay attention to the areas that is tapping. Because remember what I told you, every time you have corrected nature, you have a sell, corrected nature sell. We can see that in Euro USD, which I wish I would have caught that on particular supply area, which I was looking towards, but it didn't really get to a specific level I wanted to, and I just watched it drop. And I literally just told you guys that once the market is doing something like this, corrective nature like this, is creating these corrected nature continue down. All right. You don't need to be looking for no reversals. It's just that's not realistic. The only time you need to look for a reversal trade is if the market does something like this, and it continue up. Okay. So yeah. Let's just get right into it. So looking on a 15-minute time frame, market comes down. Okay. The only time I trade at work is when I notice I ain't catch nothing in London. So I was looking for a trade. All right. So around 7 o'clock, actually around 7:30, you see the market pull back. It hits my alert. This is the actual alert that I was looking for. Um, tapped into my zone, but I noticed that it's like at 7:30. I don't want to trade until news. Okay, so we did have some news coming. I knew that was going to be fluctuating the U.S. dollar, and I've noticed that it's probably going to push the market up a little bit and then continue down for us, right? So we get to it's 8:15, right? So it's 8:15 over here, right? And that's when the news comes out 8:30. Okay, so we got this sell-off happening. Now a lot of you guys are probably like, Jonah, why don't you get in here? Well, it's funny because around this time I wasn't even really paying attention to the markets. I was actually busy at work, so um, I wasn't really able to lock into my phone. So I was only able to lock in the phone when it kind of pulled back a little bit. So this is where the pullback happened. It was 8:45, and I was like, yes. So that's when I started looking a little bit more, had more time. And then once this happened, I was starting to look for some entries. Okay, I'll show you where I entered. Yep, it was literally right here that I entered. And I put my stop loss literally above this area. And some of you guys are probably like, why would you put your stop loss above this area? Well, it's because this is where the area actually continually tapped in. Okay. And I started seeing, I didn't really recognize these, but these are lower highs and lower lows. Okay. So you really need to pay attention to the descending channel, that is creating. Okay. So above the structure was, pretty safe for me. Okay. And then I have my TP level down here. Okay. All right, for 25 pips. Now, some of you guys like, what, 25 pips? Because, guys, I just told you in the previous video, I don't need to be greedy. I need to get my profits and I need to leave. So the issue is there's nothing wrong with holding, with the 100K account that I did have, I could have passed that with by holding, gold for a while, right? Obviously, it went to the desired area that I actually predicted. And you guys know I don't like predicting all the time, but because I was looking at the wave of the weekly, daily, it actually went down all the way to 1691. So um, even though I can predict that this can continue to go, this is realistic. The realistic area is right here. This is the last low. So I'm believing that it's going to tank down to this last low. So it does. Okay, now it continues on. So I could have got at least, let's see where the market's at right now. And realistically, if I really wanted to close here, I would have got at least 46 pips. Came back, it would be at least 27. So it's really not, too much of a big, uh, dip, from where it's at right now. But look, it's clear and evident that this is where the market was, last made its low. So there is no reason why I should be trying to have more. So guys, I just wanted to tell you something in trading. When you're really trying to profit, the best way to profit is just taking your profits off the table once the market gives you what they gives you. Okay. You don't need to sit here and hold all day. Okay. You can trade every day just like this and probably win more, be more profitable than trying to hit home runs. And I think that's the issue. Everybody comes to the market every day thinking that the market's going to go 100 plus pips. Okay. We all know that's not realistic. All right, so Euro USD. If you look at Euro USD, this is something I actually said that the market was probably going to do. And guys, exactly what I said in my last video. The market did do what I said it was going to do. It literally tapped into the zone right here. Now, I really wanted Euro USD to come up to fill this whole wick right here, and then I was going to put in the sell, put my stop loss above here, and ride it down to these lows. Now, some of you guys like, okay, Jonah, so why would you hold, right there? Well, I'm not in the middle of the market. In Australian US dollar, I was in the middle of the market. Right here, I'm in a big supply zone. Okay, this is a huge supply zone. This is where the last time the market went down, and every time it came up, let's mark up these levels. Every time I hit this, came right back down here. What happened? Every time I hit this, now it's back down where? Right here. So what is that saying? You can hold from levels like that. That's when you do want to kind of hold a trade, or you can add positions. Okay, but because if you're trading in the middle of the market, you really don't just want to be holding, because the market could come down here. The market could literally come down here and could have like just respected the zone and came right back up and stopped you out, or hit you at break even. Okay, so what you really want to do is just take profits as you go. So what I was saying is, the reason why I was telling you guys, I told you guys in my previous video, this was corrective nature. Boom, corrective nature, right? Still corrective nature, and then boom, it it continued on. So if you look at the market and stay with the trend, if you're trying to catch reversals, I would say just be careful. Like if you're trying to really catch reversals, like if you're trying to catch something like this, that's cool and all. Just know that even though it rolls up to this area, just know you're still against the trend, and there could be a possibility that the market could just literally, like it did right here. Y'all might call this a W, but it came right back down. If you was trying to hold, stopped you out. Now, be a different story if you was like maybe like in for a little bit, maybe 30, 40 pips, then yeah, that's cool. But like you probably just got a better chance of succeeding more when you are remaining with the trend. Okay, so guys, that's all I want to say for this video. Tomorrow's NFP. I'm gonna be live tomorrow 3 a.m. Eastern. If you want to join the live stream, cool. And I'm just gonna be very conservative with trading tomorrow. I'm probably gonna look for only like 20 pip profits, even possibly 10 pip profits, maybe a scalp here or there. I don't need to sit here and hold, moves like crazy, especially on NFP day. I'm just gonna be in and out of the market. So hope you guys have a wonderful day. If you like this video, please like, subscribe, and share.